Boom, and we're live.
And we're
Let's
live.
go, people! We're here. We're back full strength. Jacob's here with us. Say hi, Jacob.
Hello.
It's about
God,
time.
Quad.
Avid listener, #1 fan of the pod, joins us. Love to have him. Justin, we missed you the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I missed you
How
guys.
were you?
I don't
important
even
things
know
to
what it was. I can't remember.
Yeah, Justin's like, oh yeah, work, family. Who cares? It's the
That happens
podcast.
sometimes.
Jacob sped on the way home from work to get here. Commitment.
Oh, yeah.
All
He
right.
just passed a school bus full of children. The stop sign was up. It's like, I gotta get home for the pod.
Football team.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. I'm trying to get home.
Anyway.
Oh, anyway, great week of football. And we're here to talk rankings as we do. And before we get started, I have something I have to say. Justin, do you have I should have asked before. I never think of this before. I always think of it in the podcast. Do you have a sad violin or something?
I do
sad
not,
violence.
unfortunately.
No,
we gotta
okay.
add
Well,
that.
just imagine you're hearing a sad violin. I predicted that I would
boop.
beat Sam by 30 last week. And what happened was Sam had his best statistical output of the season, and I had a good week, and so I lost. So, Sam, good for you, buddy, for drafting the number
That's
3
fantasy
receiver in your kicker, Dan Carlson. Okay,
Didn't
so
you predict that you were going to beat Josh by 20 or 30 the week
No.
before, and then you
No.
Am I imagining that?
I never took that stance. Josh, I mean, I might disrespect Sam's team. I've respected Josh's team for a while. I said it was going to be close, and then I Patterson got hurt and Kamara it was a disaster. Okay, but we're back. Okay, so rankings, bottom 4, really quickly. Kessner, is not mailing it in, but it feels like it. But he's actively doing things, so good for you, bud. Yeah,
He doesn't want to be.
I
He
know
doesn't
how
want
it
to be
feels,
last.
Gotta win, right? Dude, he's only
He's-
one win behind you, Luke.
Shut up.
That is true.
Yeah.
He's not-
Anything could happen, man. Next week, he could be an equal
Kessner-
record.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? If my team scores 45 and beats Kessner,
No,
Um,
here's the thing. If I beat you this week, Luke, dude,
oh, no, that's a good point. If you win, Jacob, this week, I will put myself at 12 next week.
Okay, good.
I will. If you win, Jacob,
Oh,
I don't
Jacob,
care
we'll talk
about
after.
I don't care the reason. If I have 7 guys get hurt, it doesn't matter. I will put myself at 12, because I should take care of business this week. But we'll get to you. Okay, so Kessner, good luck next year. I mean, you know what I'm really excited about, guys, is naming Kessner's team next year. I think
Cupcake
that's going to be
Kessner.
a blast. Yeah, something
That's what
like
it's
that.
gonna
I think roller coaster. He's had at this point, he had the first year everyone got hurt, he sold out. Next year, cashed in. This year, sold out. It's like we're just gonna do this every year. You're just gonna roll the capital, bring it all back, roll the capital.
Needs a title.
Yeah, too bad he doesn't have one.
Someday.
But I guess you start Cam Akers. Anyway, Jacob's at 11. And we'll get to Jacob, but don't worry, we're coming for you. And by the way, the rankers are all in agreement for these bottom 4. We all agree this is where you belong. So if you have a problem, you have to come at all of us. There is no hey, this guy had me or higher. No. No. You are where you are because of what you've done. Jacob's at 11, Ken's at 10, Bryn is at 9, rising by 1, by the way. Bryn slowly coming up the rankings. Tyreek being hurt is kind of weird, but team looks good. If
The
only
starting
you could flex a
lineup
kicker.
looks good, but
Yeah,
now
the bench is terrible.
we start. This is the important part because buys have started, and when you have no
Yeah.
bench, and so a side note, I literally today just put together a tool that essentially evaluates based on our rankings your remaining schedule strength, and Bryn has the hardest going forward. So
Yeah, he's lost.
Just food for
He's
thought
lost to
there.
the cupcakes. I've lost to good teams. Okay, and I'll own it. Could have performed better
and Luke has the easiest schedule going forward. So.
because I haven't played any of you chumps yet. Good lord, it's frustrating. But yeah, Bryn, the bench is a little concerning, but otherwise, good job. Slowly climbing up. Same record as me.
Starting lineup is great.
That's very good. Josh Jacobs has been a revelation. Okay, enough about him. At number 8, Big Fall again. He's here on the podcast.
Yeah, what happened here, guys? Why am I at 8?
No, no, you have yourself at 7.
Yeah, that's a big difference. We should have been in unison for the bottom 6.
Convince us. I mean, Jacob.
Who do you
Noah
have?
belongs
Who do
at
you
8,
have
right?
at 7th then?
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
No. There's
Let's
7
see.
better teams in the league than Noah, right?
I just have a bunch of players in dire need of hamstrings.
Darn you.
I don't. It's a rough place to be because that injury does not heal very quickly.
Okay, so if Keenan Allen comes
No,
back,
it doesn't, unfortunately for you. But when you do get Keenan
Yeah,
back,
I'm gonna
I mean,
say.
it's just
I'm gonna
Keenan,
say
right?
I have to
Like,
stay with that because guy's pretty healthy on his lineup. Just looking at it right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's only got one that's out on his bench.
Oh yeah, all his players are
And-
trending up
and-
again.
And
Fournette,
with
Eckler,
Harris
Davis.
on my team going down, Stevenson might be on the rise.
Oh, he's got Ramondre.
Yeah.
Oh, that's juicy. All right, fair play. Better days may
I
be
think we
ahead for
lost
me.
it.
We'll see. A
I
lot,
think
a
we
lot
did
can
lose
change.
Luke.
Goodbye, Luke. We
Yeah.
didn't want to talk to you anyway.
so
Yeah,
anyway,
so Noah at 7. Noah at 8 rather. So another -2 drop. I mean, I'm like putting up over 100 points, but I'm not getting depth. So what can you do? Also, the team has a lot of Qs, a lot of Qs on my roster. Guy at 7. I don't know, a +2 jump for him. I guess he was at 9. Yeah, I mean, all of his players are kind of trending the right way again. Like, I guess he was worried about Davis. Davis popped off. His running backs finally popped off, I think, the past 2 weeks now. So things are looking better for him. What do you think, Justin?
yeah, I think these are. We were all concerned about Eckler. Jamar Chase hasn't really done a whole lot. Gabe Davis had done literally nothing. I mean, his target shares were terrible. They're still terrible. I mean,
They're
like
still
the advanced metrics on like Eckler and Gabe Davis are still not great, but like they can do a lot with a couple touches apparently. And so, I mean, he got 30 from like Eckler, Davis, and Fournette, and those 3, like when they pop off,
30 from each.
will carry you.
Yeah.
And so the team is pretty good, and the depth is okay. So I think things are looking up, but I don't have them in the top 6, so I don't think it's like
text
I don't know if it's yeah.
6th best total points, tied for 6th place on record. Kind of feel like I should be 6th, but as the Roger Dangerfield of the players, it'll probably be like 8th.
I don't get the Dangerfield reference.
I don't know. And then he says I should be 6, and I said, I don't know, man. I've got you at 7, and he said, well, I really should be 5, and I was like, okay, all right, go away.
Oh, wow.
All right.
And then it's 4, then it's 3.
Yeah. I think you guys said everything I would say. Did you talk about Chase? Did I miss
This
Chase?
week is going to be really exciting with us all at 2 and 3. I can't wait to see what happens.
Because
Yeah,
someone's
and
going to
there's
be
gonna
2
be-
and 4, probably.
Yeah.
And there's going to be these huge overreactions over the wins and losses, and there's still like 10 weeks to go.
Yeah.
But it's going to be great. Did you guys talk about Chase and Burrow?
We're talking about Chase
We
and Burrow.
we touched on Chase.
Oh, okay. I think the Bengals' offense is a concern. Like they just are not doing what they need to do. And
Well,
so I think that's
I'm kind
that's
of
why I had
looking
him
at
lower.
it the opposite direction. I think they've looked a lot better the past 2 weeks, and some of the advanced metrics are a whole lot better with the Bengals offense. Like to me, like the Bengals. Obviously, this is kind of a homer based on my team because I'm invested in both offenses. But like, I think like some of these offenses like the Bucks, the Bengals, the Cardinals have had slow starts, but you're seeing signs of life, and so there's definitely a potential it could go up, but it can also stay the same.
Yeah. I mean, and they do have a good schedule coming up. They play Atlanta, they play Cleveland before their bye, so that should look better. I don't know. I think when push comes to shove, they're not performing. Like the Baltimore Ravens defense has not been good over the last month, and yet they played really well on Sunday. So is that more because the Baltimore Ravens figured them out, or is it because The Bengals are just not working. I think
For my case,
Harbaugh
the
in a
Ravens figure.
Harbaugh in a primetime game though is pretty good.
I mean, true. Yeah, Jacob's got the
Yeah.
Raven defense going. It was the Ravens D. True, but I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I guess
Justin
jury's still out.
did
But I
it
think
like this. Yeah. Anyway.
that's why I've got Guy at 7. I think you guys already talked about the boom bust nature of his RBs. Okay, and his receiver 2 is question mark. All right, moving on. By the way, Guy, you're up 2 spots, so don't
Good point,
complain.
jump.
Yeah, come on.
Is that
Jacob
the
would
biggest
kill
jump
for
this
that,
week?
right, Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy, if you want to switch,
I would go for it.
fine. You can borrow my team for a week. We can put it at the trade. It'd be fine.
Great for a team name. That was so good. All right, at 6, it's Justin, and this is where the spice train gets full heat, ghost pepper style. Last week Justin had himself at 3. Wasn't on the pod to talk about it. Me and Noah said, "Whoa there, buddy! 1 cup does not
Hold
equal
your
6
horses.
slots." Jacob won this week against a very beatable team in Jacob, but we'll talk about him. Sorry, Justin won this week against Jacob. And I see why you're high, but I'm not this high. Justin, convince us why we should be higher on you.
Well, I think, so and I'll kind of explain the reasoning behind the cup deal as well. My team hasn't really performed very well. I mean, some of the guys like Mixon, because I'm tied into like the Bengals, the Cardinals offense, which have kind of underperformed so far. But I felt like that, I'm watching both of these offenses, and I've seen signs of life. And I specifically with the Cardinals, like Hopkins is coming back, and Hopkins, like that is a big change.
Oh wait, I
in
made
my
it. I made
opinion.
an error in my rankings. Let me see if this changes anything.
I think defenses, you just have to play it differently when a guy like Hopkins is on the field, and they've just looked better. Like the Eagles have, they played the Eagles well. So I think it was just going to take time with my team, and so I wanted to give it that time because I was like, it's not a guarantee that I'm 1-4 and something, and like even though this team could turn it around, like I'm just going to be out of it. So I was like, I know Kupp could potentially be available, so I'm just going to go get him now. I'm going to get 5 weeks of Cooper Kupp, and we'll see what this team does. If they continue to be what they've been, then the plan is I sell. I sell Kupp, I sell Kelsey. I've got lots of pieces. I could at least get even, maybe even turn a profit. And so that kind of gives the team some time to turn it around. And so that's kind of like, so so I think like I'm tied into a lot of offenses that are going to get better. And, and quarterback's a problem, obviously. And Dak's coming back. He'll probably be back next week. Also, I've had an uncharacteristic number of injuries in the starting lineup. I think 7 guys in my starting lineup have gone down for at least a quarter or more, like during the game. So,
Like in play.
I just think the team, in play. So like that's a lot. So I just kind of felt like the team just needed some time, and so getting Kupp kind of bought me that time. We'll see what happens.
Jacob, do you believe him?
I mean, after last week, I can't really. I mean, it was over before Monday night, so my heart dropped when I saw the trade go through. I was just like, you can ask Josh. I was texting. I was like, how much for Kupp? Literally. And I was like, crap, I don't have enough draft capital left. All right, cool. Good enough. So.
Yeah, I mean,
What sucks is
I
the week
didn't even-
before,
Go ahead.
I almost traded for Metcalf. Who else was in that trade, Justin? I can't remember.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, I almost Wilson for that. And in hindsight, I really, really should have.
Oh,
know.
no.
There's been so many trades that I've offered that the next week the players I offer go off. So if I offer you a trade, just
Wait.
take the trade because you're gonna win. You're
Don't
gonna win
trade
the
with me
next
anymore
week.
because apparently everybody I
Wait,
trade
wait.
with gets hurt.
Wait, so Justin offered Goff and Metcalf for Russell Wilson
And there was and who else?
There was somebody else in the deal. I can't remember who it was, but
coming back.
Let me see if I
the,
can.
intent,
Let me see if I
the
can.
idea was to get a quarterback because that was the
Yeah.
week that I just like had nobody at quarterback.
Buy and low.
Oh,
It was
no.
Metcalf. Actually, you offer it straight up too, because there's at one point a Metcalf and a Wilson for $5 a fab, which I could use now. But we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, I've had some good trades this
Doesn't-
year. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I
you've
mean,
had some good ones.
Sorry, John.
Dodging the Javante deal was crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that
single-handedly
was nutty.
feel like I, nuked his team. I feel like I should almost offer Gordon as like a hey, get well soon card. But,
Sorry, bud.
So you could see it as your deal actually catalyzed me getting cups. So you almost like
Yeah.
Oh,
catalyzed the loss.
Oh, no.
Because
did it to himself.
So I
If he doesn't
basically
lose
had a deal.
Javonte, I don't know
got
if he
Harris
spells cup.
And Harris is backup, and you got cup.
Oh, yo, you see that Jalen Warren's gonna play more? Fun.
Yeah.
moving on.
That's crazy. Yeah, moving on.
Market
Yeah.
5. Ooh, you
Market
went down?
5
How
can't
did
get
Mark-
no
Why
respect.
is what? What's wrong with you guys?
And you know what? Okay, I'm gonna explain it right now. Hold on. I want Mark's roster over the guys I have at 2 and 3, but I have to kind of do like a little goodwill memeing.
He's 4-1. That's basically 5-0. He's won 4 in a row.
Yeah, well, but okay, hold on, wait a second. Hold on a second. Just seeing it now, it's
I'm
convinced
fighting
me
for you, Mark.
that I've made a huge
He's
mistake.
got
Hold
Carr
on.
on a bye this week. You think
You
he's
don't
picking
believe
up
in
Well,
Sam.
Mark, pause it. Okay, hold on, wait, pause it. Just hold on a second. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. No, wait. Other way around. This 54. Yep. Okay, hold on. Just hold on a second.
What happened here?
All right, much better.
Okay, what
right,
do we
at
got? What do we got?
5.
All right, at 5. Here
Five
comes
is
Santos.
Santos.
Down 2. This isn't better. This is a professional production, by the way.
Anyway, just as we mentioned, Santos is at 5, and he's gone down 2 spots.
Oh boy.
It is what
Santos,
it is.
I have you at 2, for the record.
Hey, I have him at 4. Talk to Justin, who's burying him at 6.
Yeah, Justin, what's going on here? He's
Yeah,
5-0.
He's 5-0.
He cannot be beaten.
Brian Robinson's coming back and is going to take the place of
Well, I was just going to
Whoever
say,
he
like,
had in the
my
lineup.
rankings are not the standings, so I'm ranking your team
He
based
scored
on how good I think
564
it is.
points.
He scored 564 points in the past couple weeks.
That's not
I'm
right.
looking
He's
forward.
won, where is he at? Where is he at? He scored 570.
That's
570.
so funny.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, his points
Okay.
against is so low. That's insane.
Clyde
Yeah, he has the
Edwards-Helaire
least amount of
finally-
points against. So, like, I'm not
True.
super, like I think
I
and
remember.
he's +2 in expected wins.
I remember not
so
getting
he's been
scored
very
against.
lucky. So, and I mean,
What?
I don't
the
know.
Poop?
It's a good team.
I mean,
but
yeah, I've had almost
I'm-
100 more points scored against me.
It's not like I have him at like 8 or below. I have him at 5. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, but 6.
5 and 6? Okay, well, 6. There you go. Still a playoff team.
All right. The other 5-0 team, not in the top 3, is Sam Kobayashi.
Oh,
I have him at
gosh.
4. Justin has him at 2. Luke has him at 5. And didn't he just beat Luke?
Yep, he just destroyed Luke.
Ironic.
Yeah.
Luke puts himself at 1 and Sam at 5. See, like, I understand, strength of schedule and roster makeup, but there is something to be said about record and just winning games.
Oh yeah,
I
I mean,
would
like
love
I
that.
factor it
That'd be
in. It's not like
Yeah,
I don't factor it in, but like you have what? So you have Sam at 4. He's 5-0 too. So like you can make the same argument. Like you just made against
That's
me
true.
for Santos. I could make against you for Sam. So like
I agree
I
with
don't know.
Noah. I didn't hear any of it, but I agree with Noah.
That's right. I think I don't remember what I said.
I fixed the
Um,
issue, by the way. Sorry about that. My
we're
VPN
back.
turned on. I didn't notice.
oh yikes.
Yeah, that's why.
So
I
we
kept this
covered.
one
So we covered Santos, and I were talking about Sam. Luke, why do you have Sam so buried?
Sam just
Explain
beat me.
yourself.
Sam just beat me,
Crush you.
and I'm not discounting that at all. I just
Looks
want
like you
I'm trying
are.
to pull up his whole team so I can talk about it because I do have a reason. All right.
I mean, his
How do
wide receivers are outstanding. His running backs, he just got Mostert, so like that's a
Okay, no, I don't think they are. So Evans is good. Evans is goated. Evans is top 7. I'm not disregarding that. Waddle's hot and cold. Don't know when Tua is going to be back. He's good with Tua. Don't know when Tua is going to be back, and he's hurt.
Mhm.
Waddle put up a stinker last week against a terrible Jets defense. It's just going to get worse over the next month. Mike Williams is going to target
Because
dip
Bridgewater's
when
out, too.
Keenan Allen comes back. I am not a believer in Jonathan Taylor this year. I've already made that clear. Raheem Mostert seems to be a diamond in the rough, but again, when Tua comes back, then he's got another problem. Then it's flipped. A.J. Dillon's not performing. I just don't like the I don't like the team. Pitts is a bust. And Patrick Mahomes is good, and he's got the best kicker in fantasy football, who's on bye this week. So it's like I'm not really into it. That's my take. But also, Sam, good game. Sorry, you beat me, and I accept it. But rest of season, I prefer my roster over yours, and I prefer a lot of rosters over yours.
well, I have you at 1, so
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So,
this is about you versus Sam's roster. It's about whether
Yeah, Sam is going to drop to 6 when I beat him this week.
argument about I have him at where do I have him? I have him at 5 because there are 4 rosters I like more than him. Rest of the season.
Well,
his record is
so-
going to
so what-
carry him into.
what Noah and I were talking about is like record. So like I have Santos at 6, and Noah's making the point. Well, Santos is 5-0, so I was also making the point of like, well, Sam, if you have him at 5 or 6, like you can't make that same argument of like Santos is 5-0, but we're going to bury Sam because he's also 5-0. You know, like that doesn't. That's kind of what I was saying.
I'm not lifting either up on record. I genuinely like Santos's roster. I genuinely do more than Sam, and I know we already talked about it, so I'm not going to go back into it. But like for example, round 1 of playoffs, you tell me I'm playing Santos, you tell me I'm playing Sam, would want to play Sam because I don't think his ceiling is as high as the rest of the teams I have above him.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen a ceiling that high yet. Like he put up his best game last week against me. I've put up games better than that twice. Santos has done it 3 times. Josh has done it twice. Like it's like, you know. So I think the record's going to carry him into a playoff spot, and I think that's great for Sam because hopefully Sam can make some moves and be proactive and set a better roster for playoffs. But as it stands right now, I have him at 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, does that make sense? That's my mark.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm just saying, giving context because yeah.
Also, Sam GG. I'm going to keep saying it. Good game. You beat me. All right, so we're going to go to 3. There he is. Okay, Mark. There you are, Mark, where you belong.
Hey, we did it.
At 3. Justin is continually down on this squad, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Derek Carr, who cares? Shoved. Number 2 running back in the league. Barkley. Number 1 running back in the league. Marquise Brown. Number 5 receiver in the league. A.J. Brown. Number 14 or 11, depending on how you're looking at it, in the league. Tight end, Njoku. Over the last 3 weeks, 11 points, 7 points, 19 points as a contributor. Most of the league doesn't get that from their tight end position. Younghoe Koo is a stud. Sure, the bench is terrible, but guess what? Tyler Lockett should be started, and Amari Cooper should be started. This team is great. Convince me I'm wrong, Justin. Yes, I know Carr is a problem.
The team is good. I mean, the running backs are obviously excellent. Barkley is probably going to be the RB1 the rest of the way.
Only thing I'm seeing is his whole bench is the Ravens.
Yeah, that's just Mark.
That's a Mark thing.
I mean, I think for me, like, I kind of see, I do think, like, Chubb's been great, but I'm a little concerned of Deshaun Watson eventually coming back, and I think the offense might change a little bit. Marquise Brown, like, Hopkins is coming back. That offense will change a little bit. So I'm a little, like, I think Brown will be fine, but I don't think he's going to be the same. A.J. Brown, like, Devontae Smith has, like, out-targeted him through the season. So, like, he's good, but he's not, like, alpha 1 right now. So, like, I'm like, I think it's a solid team, but I'd rather have, I don't know, where do I have him again? Whoever I have above him, because I really, like, struggle with Mark's ranking because, like, obviously I think the team's really good, but like I just rather have all the other teams over Marks. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Jacob's right. The dearth of Ravens wealth in the bench is comical. like on another team, you have your starters go down and you're plugging in like wide receiver 2s and 3s from other teams. Mark just puts in the Ravens offense. He's just like tight end 2, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1, just to put them all. Just toss them all in. Just toss them RB2. Just put them all in. It'll be fine. Penny going down does hurt the team too because Penny was looking good.
Yeah, and I think that's where like in my ranking tool he lost. He probably would have been higher because I'm trending up on his starting lineup, but his bench trended way down in my rankings, and so that's kind of what took him down a little bit.
Go flip Lockett for an RB or Cooper or whatever receiver you believe least in. Go get a running back. Noah's selling startable running backs, right?
To buy wide receivers, definitely. 100%.
Yeah, Zeke is there. Zeke,
Jeff Wilson.
Zeke. Okay.
Don't tempt me.
Moving on.
I got
Moving on, and there's no change at the top. Josh at 2, me at 1. Jacob, who's got the better team, Josh or Luke?
Ooh.
That's an easy question.
I mean,
Not according to Noah. That's Jacob.
No, you have
know. No.
I just want to throw some chaos.
God.
I want to just Jacob answer the question.
are you asking me who's got the better team or who I'd rather play this week?
No, who's got the better team?
Let me look through Josh's. Let's see. Hurts, Jones, Dobbins, Johnson, Godwin.
It's a good squad. Good squad.
It's a good squad. I mean, right now he's got his key players on buys.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, Jacob. Just shoot from the gut.
I think I'm going Josh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh my
I
goodness.
love this guy.
Okay, me and Justin have myself at 1. Noah has buried me at 5, which is
Yeah,
insulting.
I'm
Blame
sorry.
yourself, Noah.
It's insulting. Okay, you lost the bet. This is not how you retaliate. Okay.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Listen, I'm sticking to my guns that this team will put up 160 points one week and then 90 points the next week. And I don't like the receivers.
I've done it one time. 5 weeks. I've done it one time.
I think the running backs are definitely the best in the league if they're healthy and back.
I think Marks are better.
1, 2, Mark's better.
I think-
1, 2,
I
3,
think-
I'm better.
Depth,
1, 2, 3.
Depth, Luke is better.
Yeah, I'm counting the
Yeah.
3. I'm counting Brees Hall, Kamara, and Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah, receivers suck though, and maybe they'll get better. But right now, I have them ranked really poorly.
What? Okay, all right. I mean, I guess you're entitled to your opinion.
I mean, who's your wide receiver 3?
Mark Andrews.
Dubs.
Dubs probably.
Who's your
Pickens?
more? Wait, then who's your 2?
Or Pickens, maybe, or
Lamb?
Pierce.
I forgot
Pick
about
one of
Lamb.
the 3.
Yeah,
Let's be real, it's
I think I have a
Mark
great wide receiver depth. I mean, worst case, I chuck Pearson for 10. Like, I'm playing boom, but I chuck Pearson if I need a floor
I
game.
think you have 3 wide receiver 2s.
Sure. Okay. That's better than half the league. Dude, Kirk was an outlier, and I don't know we can talk about the
But
Jags.
Josh has 2 wide receiver 1s and good running backs, and hopefully a good tight end and a great QB.
Hold on. It's time to play.
I mean,
a
I
game.
think for me, like I obviously like your wide receivers are not the best in the league, and I don't think anybody's
No, not the
debating
best.
that.
Not the best.
But you have such an advantage because Jackson and Andrews are such an advantage at quarterback and tight end. Like that just kind of takes the team over the top, in my opinion. And the bench
Right,
is like.
but what I'm
fine,
saying
you
is,
know?
what Jackson put up 12 and 14 last 2 weeks. That's going to happen.
Yeah, but then the
that's
rest of the
I think
team-
that's just the
the rest of the
nature of
team
Jackson's
pops.
play.
I'm the
Perhaps
I've put
yeah,
up
perhaps.
over 100 every week except for one when I had a starter go down to injury. I put up 103 with a negative score to my defense last week in a terrible game from Kirk. Dude, and by the way, Brees Hall should have had 3 more touchdowns. Literally should have had. He fell down on the 1 after this like 50 and a 70 and a 25-yard gain.
No, Brees
3
is great.
separate times. Oh, it was frustrating. Anyway,
but
All
he's
right.
great. So
He's great, and Kamara is exactly what I thought. Finally healthy.
Jacob, you drafted Brees. by the
Yeah,
way.
I know.
So
That's why I was keeping my tongue closed on that.
Okay, Jacob. Speaking of which, let's
That
talk.
might go
about it.
down
So
as worst trade of the
Yeah.
year.
Jacob is here, and spent a ton on Fab, and so you're staring at 1 and 4. You're playing the top ranked team in the league, who you don't have at the top. I've noticed. And explain the plan. Give us the breakdown. Where you attacked your roster, how you're looking forward. Talk
Well,
about
I mean, I feel like it was pretty obvious who wasn't producing at all on my roster. I mean, I should have just asked the Seahawks staff last year some advice, and I would have. I would have not drafted Wilson this year. I mean, contrary to popular belief,
Mr.
I feel like we all thought the
Unstartable.
Broncos were going to do great. I mean,
Yep.
in my
Yeah.
draft, I had Russell, I had Williams, and I had Gordon, so I drafted 3. Turns out McManus, as you have him, is the Broncos MVP, which turns out okay. So this week there really wasn't much to go off of for quarterbacks, and it's time for a change. So I want to make sure I got him. So if not, realistically, I'm going 1 and 5, 1 and 6, probably 1 and 7 without any adjustments. So I figured I'd do that. Let's see.
It's a good try.
And you went hard after Taysom Hill too.
I knew he would go.
I mean, not as hard as Noah went.
The problem is, I think the amount that I spent, I could have switched it, got them both.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
frustrating.
But
Quarterback's more important. So I would have done it the same way. I think. And Taysom Hill, we'll see what happens.
I mean,
But,
I feel like Rondale Moore. I mean, he might start picking up.
that was a nice
So,
pickup.
I mean, he's better than
Yeah.
Corey Davis or Renfro. Although
Well, Renfro's on bye.
he is
So
on a bye,
Well-
and with that whole thing with the Adams thing, I don't know if you guys saw
Yep.
that. I don't
Ooh.
know what's going. I almost dropped Renfro, but then I saw that and I was like, you know what? Just gotta stash it for now.
that was a good move.
See what happens.
Yeah. And Waller's hurt too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he may
Waller's
play
hurt. Like,
after
that
the
could
bye,
be.
but
He could
probably
just be
not.
the guy.
I mean,
That could be
Renfro's done
valuable
absolutely.
after the bye.
I mean, he's done absolutely.
Well, he was
Yeah.
hurt.
Yep.
He was concussed, but
Yep.
now he's back.
So, yeah, hurt, but
All
not
right.
hurt enough to put him on IR, which sucks.
Yeah. It's the worst. So big spending in Fab. You've made some trades. You're only down like a 4th to a 6th,
Yep.
right? So you're only down like the 1. It's not a bad
No.
drop. I think that, the highlight of your squad, and like I said, I want to talk about it. It's something that a lot of teams struggle with. And everyone's like, Luke, you're so savvy with your trades. But you have a lot of RBs that are valuable, but not exciting.
Right.
You can't cut Damian Harris. You can't cut Tyler Algier. You can't cut Melvin
Or
Gordon.
Paul.
But, they're not winning you
Yes.
games.
No.
Exactly.
Right. And so, unfortunately, Kessner's in the realm of selling. He's not buying. But, trying to utilize these parts and package deal up to try to fill holes. I think one of the coolest parts about our 3-way trade was that it all filled a hole on a roster that we all had. Not that I had an RB1 hole, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of, so I think you have a lot of ammo, and I'm excited to see how you deal. But I think great first steps in picking up the QB. I think Geno has, you guys tell me wrong. I think Geno has rest of season starter potential.
Yeah. So far?
A solid
Yeah.
floor at least.
Low end QB1.
Arizona, Chargers, Giants, Arizona. Tampa Bay is going to be tough. Back to Carolina, Jets. These are great matchups for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
When I put him in
Um,
for Fab, dude, I changed that number 40 times.
Well, and there was
I think it
precedent.
went from
We were
15
talking a little.
to 27, and then I landed whatever I did in the middle there.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking a little bit before the pod too, and there's precedent too. Someone has dropped 20 on a quarterback, and it's you want to make sure you get your
Yeah.
guy. If you're in a dire straits, so I like it. I'm all for it. I think we all are. All right. Speaking of Fab, guys, I want to talk Fab. Let's talk Fab. I love talking Fab. I love what it's done to the league and how it's all
Oh,
made
it's so
us
good.
Fab fiends.
Yeah,
It's
so good.
fantastic. Let's just look over this most recent wave. So Geno was the big hit. We talked about that one. Taysom Hill at 24. And Noah, were you just feeling you had money to burn in your pocket?
No, I'm taking the gamble that like he may actually be a boom bust tight
It
end,
was
which
5 away.
like is valuable. And I didn't really put a lot of thought into the 24 number. I just thought that the most people are probably going to bet is high teens, and if it was over 25, I was like, I didn't think it was worth it. So
It got me figured out.
I threw it in, and thankfully it was the right number.
5 bids. 5 bids.
Five bids,
and I love you can see like the dichotomy, right? Justin has got the $3 bid because that's the if I scoop him for 3, I'll take it. Like,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
pretty
really want him, but like
Yeah.
I'll take him for 3.
You see Josh Kobayashi this is the I need a starter this week because Hawkinson's out. That's the 8. Like if anyone's lowballing, I'll definitely score a hit. Kessner, I don't understand why he would ever want to buy him. I guess Schultz is out,
To
but
flip 'em.
Kessner's sold on. I may be. Who's spending fab other than Noah? Anyway, and then you have, you have Jake needs a change at tight end, right? Kittle has been a problem,
Yeah.
and both the 19 and the 24, which I think shows that Noah's 24 bid was accurate. Shows teams that are looking at potential long season start. Like if you tell me right now Taysom Hill is like a Dallas Goedert the rest of the season with upside, 24 is a great. I would spend that in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, that's a steal.
So you got to try. You got to shoot your
If he
shot.
gets like
and-
8 every week and then pops off once every 4 weeks, that's golden.
right.
I don't
Right,
think that's
exactly.
going to happen, but I guess there's
Well, but
potential.
there's a chance. There's a
There's a chance, and it's worth the chance because the tight end landscape is barren.
right. That was my thinking as well.
Right. So yeah, interesting.
Also,
for sure.
at the point,
You
I got screwed over on tight end last year when I traded.
Kittle.
I'm like, ugh.
Can't keep Kittle.
No.
Can't give him away. It's like,
or like,
that's funny. You got. Oh, Bosch has joined us. Bosch. Anyway,
Welcome to the pod.
you got the Eno Benjamin pickup, and this one's fascinating to me. Justin by 1 missed it
Oh, such a snipe.
Yeah,
by 1.
that was
And-
unfortunate.
This Eno Benjamin is someone I was really considering putting a bid in. I ended up didn't. I should have put $1 in for the hell of it, but because I think that if Eno plays really well, he could just take over.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think so. I really do, or at least there's a chance at it.
Hasn't
But
Eno been
Connor's
around
out.
a little while?
Yeah. And Connor's out at least this week. Is he out? Is it multiple weeks, or they think it's just
I don't
one?
They
think he
say
takes
they
over.
say day to day,
Yeah.
and that's why I put a bid in. Is like in just in case it's going to be multiple
Yeah.
weeks, but it sounds like it's day to day. But he's like he's probably a smash start this week because Darrell Williams is out multiple weeks. Like that's the big one to me. Like I
Yeah,
wasn't
he
going to
won't
put
be
it. I
spent.
wasn't even going to put a bid in on him if Darrell was still in, but because Darrell is out, I was like, I'll put a bid in because like there's a chance Higgins doesn't play, and I was like, I'll throw him in my flex, like, and that could be worth the win. I was like, 13 is worth the win, maybe.
Sure.
We'll see.
And while I think that I disagree with you on the Bengals turning it around, I do think that Hopkins makes this roster better. And also, if they could fire Cliff Kingsbury, if both of those things could happen, then I think the Cardinals will be great.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of the Cardinals, I love the pickup on Rondell Moore.
Yeah,
I've been
that was
like
good.
bubbling him on my roster, Jacob, because I'm with you. I think that there's a long season potential, at least a stash. And spend the fab, man.
I mean, I'm like
Spend the
heavy,
fab, get your
you know.
guy.
RB, twos or backups or whatever. I needed, a little bit of a balanced roster.
Yeah, for sure. And so speaking of, these last 3, we have the Taysom Hill could be a boom. I think this Eno Benjamin, young up and coming, Rondell, young up and coming. Noah, talk me through cutting a washed veteran
I can't.
to get another
washed
washed veteran.
veteran.
I can't explain it. It doesn't make any
I
sense.
don't There's still like 4
I don't
people.
either.
I'm not going to say their names because I don't want you sharks to snap them up. There's like 4 names on the waiver wire right now
Yeah.
that I'm like
I
looking
don't
at.
know, dude.
And you put Cobb on the roster for 9. Who's going to
'Cause-
bid 9 for Cobb?
Yeah, that was a mistake. I was just in spin mode. I was like, all right, let's just throw out some fab. I need to make some changes. In hindsight, there was I should have put a $0 bid, or maybe a 1. Maybe a 1.
a 1. A 1 I could see.
But yeah, my thought in getting him is just like there's a real possibility where I once again need a wide receiver start, and I'm just going to ride that that trend. He got a good week. Maybe he's revitalizing his chemistry with Rodgers. Good snap count last week.
Did you watch the game?
I don't know. No, I didn't
Did you watch the game? No. Okay. I mean, I could not disagree with you more after watching the game.
Hopefully I don't have to start him.
His final stat line seems good. He was so bad.
He was bad.
He's not good. But I was just laughing about it because Noah's first season in the NFL was Rhino Cobb's rookie season, and he got him and he rode him to a
championship loss.
So it's like he's back. You got to get that mojo.
Got a little nostalgia
there. I love the pickup on Hayden Hurst for Sam. I think with Higgins out, Hayden Hurst is a general plug-in. Mm-hmm. And Pitts sucks. Like, you can't cut Pitts.
Nope.
But you can't. I don't want to play him. I have him in another league, and I have Njoku in. Like, Pitts is just sitting on my bench. Okay, speaking of, like, fab trends, I put in 6 for the Patriots, only one to bid for them. And that's because right below, as you can see, $5 was the winning bid for the Eagles. And $5 has been the winning bid on defenses for like 4 weeks. Like literally it was $5, $5, and I really wanted the Patriots, and I was like, I'm gonna put 6 to make sure that I stop the trend here. But now next week it'll be 7, and it'll be a disaster.
Inflation.
But it's so interesting to see, and I put in 6, no one else bid on them, which is fine. The Eagles had 4 total bids, all kind of the defensive poke, and I think we're just going to see defensive numbers go up. Justin, you got the Eagles, and I have how much fab do you have left?
I have like 61.
Okay, so
Is that
61.
correct?
All right, so you still got some fab to spend. The Eagles are on bye next week, so this is just a 1 week bye. Then you're cutting bait.
No, I'm keeping the Eagles.
You're just going to hold them.
Their schedule after the bye is outstanding. They get the.
It is good.
Who
Pitt,
do they get?
Houston. Hey, buddy. Pitt, Houston,
Washington, Indianapolis. Oof, juicy.
Yeah, it's very good. That was my logic with the Patriots too. The Patriots over the next couple weeks. Cleveland, Chicago, the Jets, Indianapolis. Num. All right. And then we're on to kickers. I don't care about that. Santos picked up the Commanders' defense. Is he watching the same Commanders? Who do they play? They play Chicago, I guess. Right.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago's bad, so.
And then I've got the $1 stab at Tevin Coleman, who's also a washed veteran. But if Jeff Wilson goes out, he's a splash start. So, like, you know, I just love seeing the trends. This is what I thought, the Randall Cobb move would make. Also, am I going to get a text from Santos saying who's going to win the Allen Robinson sweepstakes? Anyone? Can we talk about spending another 20-some fab?
Yeah, he's gonna put in what, like 10 plus, and no one else is gonna bid for him.
Oh man, but yeah, these, the veterans have no upside. I would much rather have a rookie or a young player with upside for sure.
Oh yeah,
like Randall Cobb. All right, so yeah, I mean that's the rankings. You guys have anything else you want to add?
No.
Matchup of the week. Upset
Matchup of the week. Real quick. It's Mark sorry, Jacobs is out. Hold on a second. It's got to be Justin and Santos. It has to be. Justin ends the streak this week?
What'd you say?
Justin ends the streak this week, maybe?
Ends the streak of what?
I'm trying to end Sam's streak.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. I forgot he was undefeated. Yeah, I mean, my matchups are okay. And he's down Woods, which isn't, I guess, a big loss.
Oh, no.
So we're both kind of full strength. I don't know.
Oh, no, Woods. He's gone. I don't know.
This will be a real test because my one wish is that nobody gets hurt during the game. Like, that would just be great for me. Like, just to see what the ceiling of this team is. Because, I don't know. I don't feel like I've seen it yet.
Well, we've seen the floor, my friend.
Oh, the floor is awful.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Let's just traditionally. Josh Allen above everybody.
Oh, of course.
Mixon Montgomery. Who are you guys taking?
I mean, I would take Mixon. He's getting so many opportunities. Like, it's only a matter of time.
New Orleans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at the matchup on that one.
New Orleans is actually not as scary a matchup. Like if you adjust for the schedule, they're actually a pretty good matchup for running backs.
Okay. I go Demo as well. I think I'm still taking James Robinson over Clyde.
Okay.
Didn't week 1 Robinson blow up against the Colts?
Yeah, that was the week he absolutely blew up.
And Clyde is doing what I thought he would do. That's why I traded him away.
You were smart to trade him away.
Dude, you don't get a touchdown, you're crying.
Yeah, it's bad.
But if you do, he has a great game.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I'm out. Cup against Diggs. And this has to be Cup, but this is very close. Like Diggs, I think is going to pop off too. Anyone over Michael Gallup? Kelsey over Ertz.
That down on Michael Gallup. Oof.
What did he do? Did he do anything last week? Am I wrong? No, he didn't.
That's why I
Right,
traded
that's
him
what
away.
Or you just cut him. Yeah, I'm with you.
It is the Philly defense, so that is understandable.
Higgins. If Higgins doesn't play, Justin, who are you playing? Smith?
That's a great question. It's going to be if Connor is healthy, might be Connor. It honestly, it could be. It just depends on who I feel good about. Yeah, who's healthy.
Who's playing?
Who's
putting
playing?
on pads?
I honestly might start McKenzie because I do think he's going to get the full-time slot role, and he's been great on 40% snaps. So if his snaps go up to 60, 70, I can get to
I do like McKenzie if he's in. Real quick,
it might honestly might just be McKenzie or Devontae Smith, and I don't know which one we're all going to go on that.
We can wrap up after this. What is your all guys' litmus test on Brian Robinson? Is this a thing?
I think it's a thing.
Well,
He's going to be just tried and true bell cow, or I think they're going to stay in a committee.
I think he'll get the majority, but I don't think it's going to be worth being fantasy started.
I think both can be true. Like he's going to be a bell cow, but just
I don't think he's going to be quite as good as Hall.
Brees Hall?
I think
Certainly
it'll be.
definitely not.
I think, yeah.
I
think they're still going to share the workload with Gibson and Hill.
What's the over/under for the Washington-Chicago game?
It's got to be under 40.
Oh, less than that.
Under 40. Chicago.
Oh yeah, under 40. Yeah, for sure.
Chicago.
I'm gonna go 36.
Over under. It is currently. You said 36. Anybody else?
38.
38. Jacob.
I'll go 1 up 39. Why not?
37 and a half.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's terrible.
That's
Take the under.
That's so bad. It's going to be so much fun. Anyway, we'll end it there. Guys, it's always a pleasure. Jacob, thanks for coming on. You were a blast. Also, Jacob, don't click leave when we end the pod. Everyone does it. We hang out for a moment. Anyway, everyone heard that on the recording. Bye-bye, everyone.
Peace.
Adios.